Historically in English Rugby League, there are no shortage of instances of chest beating and confidence that brighter times lie ahead following defeat by Australia, but this time, despite losing a World Cup final, it was hard not to feel genuinely encouraged. There is nothing too satisfying in playing plucky losers again. But as the players head home from a grueling 6 weeks and the end of a season which, for some, began last December, there is a golden opportunity for English Rugby League to build on a performance which shows the gap behind the Kangaroos has been bridged somewhat. Perhaps the biggest positive from this tournament is that, for once, England appear to have piqued the wider public's interest. Playing the final at a civilized hour, their quarter-final and semi-final kicked off at 5 a.m. UK time on BBC One will have inevitably lured some floating voters on Saturday morning. Growth is not just about a strong international squad. For rugby league, genuine progress is investment in the game's grassroots, increasing the talent pool at all levels and pushing more people and money into the sport. The Rugby Football League will, therefore, have taken a keen interest in the viewing figures for the final, which peaked at 2 million viewers. There has been much discussion of missed opportunities following England's defeat on Saturday, but this, realistically, is the one which matters. It is of paramount importance for the sport's development in England that there is a clear international plan for the 4 years leading up to the next World Cup, which will be held in this country in 2021. For that, the Rugby League International Federation, which lays the framework for international scheduling, must take some responsibility, but the RFL is at least tasked with making sure there are as many opportunities for England to play as possible. As good as Super League is, if these past 6 weeks have taught the powers that be anything, it is that International Rugby League is where the sport can truly force its way into the mainstream. In the past, Rugby League has been guilty of making fans wait a full year for the next England game. That will not be the case in 2018, with discussions already underway about a mid-season testimony. This would not be Rugby League without some left-field thinking, however. There have been discussions about taking the game on the road, with Denver mooted as a potential location. The Guardian understands those talks have stalled, however, with logistics and the potential opposition stumbling blocks for any game to be taken across the Atlantic in 2018. However, the more England play, the England Knights concept will be revived to play in a new Six Nations tournament next autumn, alongside the Test series with New Zealand, the better. For that to improve, the clubs also need to be on the same page. Super League's schedule is top-heavy, with an overriding feeling in some quarters that the season is too congested. More international breaks, and more chances to play together, will unlock England's undoubted potential for whomever is the next coach. And on that point, there is the question of who will be in charge for the mid-season test next year.